All right, so you're looking for a motivation boost, right? To
Hmm.
crush those goals. And you're curious about vision boards. Well, that's what we're deep diving into
Yeah.
today. And I've heard all this hype about vision boards, like tapping into the subconscious mind. And some even say it's linked to that brain filtering system, what is it, the reticular activating system?
The RAS.
Yeah, the RAS. I'm a bit skeptical, honestly, but super curious.
Well, that skepticism is healthy. It's easy to dismiss all this stuff as just wishful thinking. But there's actually some pretty cool science at play here.
Okay.
But before we get into all the brain stuff, let's just back up a sec, make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, good point.
When you hear vision board, what exactly do you picture?
I think of like a collage.
Yeah,
Images and words representing your goals and aspirations.
absolutely. The visual representation like a roadmap, but for your dreams.
Okay.
And you can create it physically, like with a corkboard and magazine cutouts, or even digitally with online tools. The key is that it serves as a daily reminder, keeping those goals front and center.
Okay, so this is where I get a little lost. How does simply looking at a bunch of images actually help you achieve anything? Is it just the power of positive thinking?
It's a little more nuanced than that. Remember that brain filtering system we mentioned, the RAS?
Yeah.
That plays a key role here.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. Your brain, it's constantly bombarded with information, right?
Oh, yeah?
So the RAS filters out all the noise and focuses on what's relevant to you at that moment. It's like setting an alert on your phone. Suddenly you're more aware of anything related to that alert.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a picture of, let's say, in your dream house on your vision board,
Uh-huh.
your RAS starts picking up on real estate listings, home decor ideas, even conversations about mortgages.
So it's like my brain is actively seeking out opportunities related to that goal.
Exactly, making you more aware of them.
Okay, that's pretty cool, I have to admit. But how do we actually create one of these things? Where do we even begin?
Well, our sources suggest a four-step process.
Well,
The first step is crucial. Defining your goals.
right.
And we're not talking vague New Year's resolutions here.
Okay.
We need to get specific, crystal clear across different areas of your life.
So not just I want to be rich, but more like I want to own a beachfront property and have financial freedom to travel the world.
Exactly. The source breaks it down into 5 areas.
Yeah.
Health and fitness, wealth and career, relationships, personal growth, and experiences.
Oh, okay.
It's about envisioning your ideal state in each of these domains.
That makes sense. I can already see how that level of clarity could be motivating in itself.
Absolutely. And once you have those clearly defined goals, you move on to step 2.
Yeah.
Gathering powerful visuals.
Yeah.
These should be images, quotes, anything that truly resonates with you on an emotional level,
Okay.
evokes excitement, and inspires action.
So I'm not just grabbing any random picture of a beach. It's about finding an image that truly captures the feeling of freedom and relaxation I want to experience.
Precisely. Think of it as curating an art gallery for your dreams.
I like that.
The source mentions using magazines, the internet, or digital tools like Canva or Pinterest as great resources for finding those perfect visuals.
Right.
Okay, so we've got our clear goals and a collection of inspiring visuals. What's next?
Yeah, what's next?
Time to assemble. Step 3 is all about arranging and assembling your vision board. This is where you can get creative.
Right.
Physical boards can be on corkboard, poster board, even a framed collage. Digital boards can be your phone or laptop wallpaper, a Pinterest board, or even a dedicated folder on your computer.
Okay.
But the key here, and it's a big one, is placement.
Placement. I'm guessing this ties back to the RES.
You got it. Your vision board needs to be somewhere you'll see it every single day, multiple times a day if possible.
Right.
This keeps those goals and the associated feelings they evoke front and center in your mind.
Okay.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Uh-huh.
Right. All right. So we've created this awesome, visually stimulating representation of our dreams. Now what? Just stare at it and hope for the best.
Yeah.
That's where the final step comes in. Visualize daily.
Okay.
And it's not just passively glancing at the board. We're talking about active visualization, taking a few minutes each day to truly immerse yourself in those images, feel the emotions, and even imagine the steps you're taking to make those dreams a reality.
So it's more than just daydreaming. It's like a mental rehearsal for success.
That's a great way to put it, and the science backs this up. By repeatedly visualizing your goals, you're actually strengthening those neural pathways in your brain associated with those desires,
Wow.
making it more likely that you'll take action and spot opportunities that align with your vision.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this all comes together, but if you're anything like me, you might still have some lingering doubts. Is this really all it takes? Isn't there more to achieving goals than just looking at pictures and daydreaming?
Yeah, that's a totally valid question, and one we'll unpack further in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll explore the psychological impact of vision boards, look at some real-life success stories, and even address some common misconceptions.
Sounds fascinating. I'm ready to dive deeper. Okay, I'm back and ready to delve deeper.
Yeah.
Even though we've touched on the science a bit, I'm still kind of wrestling with this whole idea. Are vision boards more than just wishful thinking?
Hmm. That's the key question, right?
Yeah.
It's the difference between passively letting your mind wander and actually actively shaping your thoughts and energy towards specific outcomes.
Okay.
Think of an athlete visualizing their performance before a big game. They're not just hoping for success, they're mentally rehearsing,
Right.
building that neural pathway to a winning outcome.
So it's about intentionality.
Exactly.
Mm.
Vision boards are a tool to focus that intention, and they act as a springboard for action. It's not about just sitting back and waiting for things to magically happen. It's about that image on your board, sparking you to, let's say, research photography courses, or finally pick that trip you've always wanted to take.
So the board itself doesn't make things happen, but it fuels the motivation and action needed to get there.
Precisely. It's a cycle. The vision board helps you focus, which motivates you to take action, which brings you closer to those goals.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Now, what about this whole law of attraction thing? Some people seem to believe that vision boards can magically attract things into your life. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, the law of attraction gets a lot of attention.
Hmm.
And while the idea of simply thinking things into existence, it lacks scientific backing,
Yeah.
there's a powerful connection between belief and action.
Okay.
When you truly believe in your goals, you're more likely to persevere even when things get tough. And vision boards can help cultivate that unwavering belief.
So it's not magic, but it's not just positive thinking either. There's like a real psychological component at play.
Exactly. It's about using the power of your mind to shape your reality. And vision boards can be a very effective tool for that. Now, we've talked about the steps involved in creating a vision board, but are there any common pitfalls people should avoid?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm all about avoiding unnecessary setbacks.
Yeah, well, one of the biggest mistakes is being too vague with your goals.
Okay.
For instance, if you just have a picture of a big house, that's not specific enough.
So instead of just big house, I need to clarify what kind of house, where I want it to be, and what it represents for me.
Exactly. The more specific you are, the better your brain can grasp those aspirations and work towards them.
Got it. What other common mistakes do people make?
Another big one is creating the board and then forgetting about it.
Oh, right.
It's not a set it and forget it kind of thing.
Yeah.
You need to engage with it regularly, revisit those goals, and feel the emotions associated with achieving them.
It's like a relationship. You have to nurture it.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
It takes consistent effort to see results.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to personalize your board. This is about your dreams and your journey.
So there's no right or wrong way to create a vision board.
Exactly. Have fun with it, experiment, and see what works best for you.
Okay. Speaking of experimenting, you mentioned digital vision boards earlier. Can those be just as effective as physical ones?
That's a great question, and one we get all the time.
Yeah.
The answer, like most things, is it depends. Both have their advantages.
Let's break it down. What are the pros of a physical vision board?
Well, there's something powerful about having a physical representation of your goals, something you can see and touch. It can feel more real, more tangible. Plus, it's a creative process.
Yeah.
You can use magazines, photos, fabrics, anything that sparks your imagination.
Exactly. And having it up in your home or office, makes it a constant visual reminder.
Absolutely.
But with our increasingly digital lives, don't digital boards offer more flexibility?
They certainly do. You can easily update them, add new images or affirmations, and even incorporate videos or music.
That's true.
Plus, they're easily accessible. You can have your vision board right there on your phone or tablet, anytime, anywhere.
That's a good point. So it really comes down to personal preference and what fits your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Do you have a personal preference?
I actually use both.
Oh, okay.
I have a large physical vision board in my office, but also a digital one on my phone for those moments when I need a quick boost.
That's a great idea. The best of both worlds.
Exactly. The key, regardless of which type you choose, is to engage with it regularly and use it as a tool to visualize your goals and inspire action. Now, while the science behind this is fascinating, I think it's also important to see how this plays out in the real world.
You mentioned some real-life success stories earlier.
Oh, there are tons, from everyday folks to big-time celebrities.
Really?
One that always stands out is John Goddard. As a teenager, he created a list of 127 goals, almost like a giant vision board in list form.
127 goals. Wow.
Yeah. Explore the Nile, climb Mount Everest, read the entire Encyclopedia Britannica. Pretty ambitious stuff.
That's incredible. And did he accomplish all that?
He achieved over 100 of those goals, became a renowned explorer, a medical missionary, even a pioneer in underwater archaeology. It really shows that vision boards aren't just for personal goals either.
So how else are they being used?
Businesses use them for team building and visualizing the company's future. Couples use them to plan dream vacations or design their ideal home. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
It's like a visual brainstorming session, but with a deeper layer of intention and visualization.
Precisely. It brings everyone together, focused on a shared vision. And that can be incredibly powerful.
Yeah. This is also fascinating, but I imagine some listeners might be feeling overwhelmed, like, where do we even begin?
Don't worry, it's simpler than you think.
Okay.
Start with just one area of your life you want to focus on, maybe 5 or 6 goals to begin with.
Okay, manageable chunks.
Yep. Then gather those inspiring visuals and arrange them in a way that feels good.
And don't forget the most important part, right? Make time each day to truly visualize yourself, achieving those goals, feel the emotions, imagine the steps you're taking.
Exactly. It's like mentally rehearsing for success. The more you do it, the more those goals become ingrained in your subconscious, and the more likely you are to take action.
I'm definitely starting to see the real potential here.
It's all about tapping into the power of your own mind
Right.
and using visualization as a tool to create the life you want.
This has been eye-opening. It's clear that vision boards aren't just some new age trend. There's real psychology at play here. But before we wrap up this deep dive, I'm curious, what are some ways we can use vision boards beyond personal goals? We touched on a few, but I'd love to hear more. You're right, we did touch on a few, but like you said, there's a whole world of possibilities beyond just, individual goals.
Yeah, for sure. One area where vision boards are really gaining traction is in relationships.
Oh, interesting.
Like imagine a couple creating a shared vision board for their future.
Oh,
They could include images of their dream home, travel destinations, activities they want to do together, even like qualities they want to cultivate in their relationship.
that's such a cool idea. It's like a visual representation of their shared goals and aspirations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the process of creating the board together can spark some really meaningful conversations and help them align on their vision for the future.
It's like a fun and engaging way to do couples therapy. Haha.
You could say that.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be just romantic relationships, right? Families can create vision boards together, focusing on things like family vacations, educational goals for the kids, or even just creating a more harmonious home environment.
I love that. It really brings the family together, focusing on shared dreams and aspirations.
Totally. So what about using vision boards in a professional setting?
Oh, yeah. What about work?
That's another exciting area. Imagine a team at a company. They're creating a vision board for a new project.
Okay.
It could include images representing the target audience, the desired outcome, the values they want to embody throughout the project,
Right.
even inspirational quotes to keep them motivated.
I can see how that could be super powerful, for team building and fostering a shared sense of purpose.
Exactly. It helps everyone get on the same page and visualize that path to success.
Right.
And it could be used for individual career goals as well.
Oh, okay. So if I'm looking for a promotion,
Yeah.
I could create a vision board with images representing my desired role, the skills I need to develop, even the salary I'm aiming for.
Precisely. It helps you stay focused on your career aspirations and make those strategic choices to get there.
It's like having a visual roadmap for your professional journey.
That's a great way to put it. Now, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Yeah, we have.
From the science behind vision boards to practical tips for creating your own.
Right.
And we even explored some of the diverse ways they can be used. But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier, that feeling of being overwhelmed. Yeah. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement and try to do too much too soon.
Yeah, so what's the best way to approach this whole vision board thing?
Start small,
Okay.
Choose just one area of your life you want to focus on, maybe just 5 or 6 goals to begin with.
All right, manageable steps.
Don't try to overhaul your entire existence overnight, right?
Right, small steps. What else? What else should we keep in mind?
Well, remember, It's not about perfection.
Okay.
Your vision board doesn't need to be a work of art.
Right.
It's about finding those images and words that resonate with you, evoke those emotions, and inspire action.
It's about the feeling, not just the aesthetic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, don't forget the most important part. Make time each day to really visualize yourself achieving those goals. Feel those emotions. Imagine the steps you're taking.
It's like a mental rehearsal for success, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the more those goals become ingrained in your subconscious,
Uh-huh.
and the more likely you are to take action towards them.
This entire deep dive has been so insightful. We've really demystified the science, explored practical applications, and even tackled some common misconceptions. I think it's safe to say that vision boards are more than just a trendy self-help gimmick.
Yeah, true.
They're a powerful tool for anyone looking to unlock their potential and create a life they truly love.
I couldn't agree more. It's all about harnessing the power of your own mind
Right.
and using visualization to turn those dreams into reality.
So for anyone listening, feeling stuck, uninspired, or just needing a little extra motivation to chase those dreams,
Give vision boards a try.
you might be surprised by what you can achieve.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive. We hope you learned a thing or two and are feeling inspired to create your own vision board.
Yeah, have fun with it.
But before we go, we'd like to leave you with this. If you could achieve absolutely anything, what would be on your vision board? Think about it. Dream big and start visualizing those amazing possibilities.
Until next time.
Bye!